Whew. Good morning. Give me a second here. And there it is. Hey! Alright, a lot of things have changed. I mean, the main base is pretty much the same, but got a few things I'd like to show you. First of all, good morning everybody. I am Old Man Sugarheart. We are playing more Satisfactory today. I've been playing this off stream to make progress so you don't see like hours and hours of me like laying tracks and stuff. But yeah, first of all, woo! I added a new hypertube. This one shoots me straight up. Factory here is still pretty minor and inefficient, but since it's a dedicated server, like it always is running offline, so it's really easy to get what I need. Trouble is, I need to get rubber all the way back to this thing. Whee! Won't land up here. Oh god. I hit my legs on it. I was gonna turn on my was gonna activate the parachute before I hit that. My bad. Anyway, I built something offline and I want to show you it. Cloud of Ash, haven't been in a stream in so long? Well, you picked a good one. We're gonna go on a small little train ride. Whee! Have you been, Cloud of Ash? Whoop. I built a little train station out here on the edge of the world. Isn't it pretty? The answer is maybe. Yeah, so off stream, I took a little time and I built a tiny little train. And I want to show you it. Have you ever played a game called Deep Rock Galactic? In Deep Rock Galactic, there's these missions where you build these pipelines to like drag some or to pump some liquid morkite, and you can skateboard, grind the pipes, and so it's always really fun to build really long windy pipes. And I'm really happy to see that I've got a very similar thing going here in Satisfactory. Like, I'm kind of famous among my friends for building like spending an hour in each liquid morkite mission. Hop on up, kitty. Ow. Kitty. Hop on up. Use your own legs. There you go. But yeah, my friends always get angry on those missions. Because they're like, we want to do other things. I'm like, no. We're going to build the coolest roller coaster in the world. But yeah. So I'm going to give you a little tour. I hope you enjoy the next 2 hours of me holding the W key. Is this game about industry? No, it's about trains. So this game is an automation game. Like if you've played Factorio or the Dyson Sphere program, I hear that's a lot like this. But basically, the mission is you get, you have some kind of task, like a milestone to complete, where you're like, deliver this many iron plates. Now deliver this many smart plates. Now deliver computers, or motors, or rotors. What's its and who's its. And so, kitty. Extra claws. But, yeah. You unlock new technologies, you build more complicated things. Like, for example, I unlock trains. So now I can load things up on the other side of the world and drive them to, like, some other destination. Like I need rubber. And for rubber, I need oil. There's no oil near my main base. So what I can do is have a train go by an oil field, pick up the oil or the rubber, bring it back to my main base and have it processed there. And I can use that to make like the motors I need. Sounds like logistics? It's a lot like logistics. I mean, the title of my YouTube video is I do this for my actual job, which is kind of true. Because this is a lot like software engineering. Like every job I ever get is like, I need you to take something from here, do something to it, and then send it here. Like, I need you to take this XML document, pull out all this data, stick it in the database, and then send an email or something like that. And that's kind of the general gist of this game. Whee! But I'm kind of goofing around myself. Hi, Sugar. Good morning, Sleeper. How are you doing? Hi, Miruku. Just dropping by to say hi. Have an alert. Thank you, Miruku. Enjoy. I need to raid you more often, Miruku. I often see you streaming after I stream. I love your heart emote too. It's really cute. But yeah, I've been kind of goofing around. I built this long, pointless train here, which we're going to ride for several years. I hope you're excited. But it goes through every biome. We just got through the desert. And now we're in this kind of like islandy archipelago area. Some weird mushroom plants around here. They're cool. I have some oil processing around here. You can kind of see it off to the left there. You wonder why most logistics systems use ships? Like, ships would be really cool. You can't have ships in this game, unfortunately, but it would make a lot of sense. Like, there's a lot of water around the edge of the map. I feel like you could do a pretty cool coastal delivery system. If you go too far off the edge of the map, you die in this game. There's my oil pipes. I'm good. How have I been doing? You love this game? I have seen Let's Game It Out play this. I think you would love it. Or Kibbitz reacting to Let's Game It Out to play this. I did watch a little Let's Game It Out. I watched him do some like hypertube experiments. Really helped me understand the logistics of firing myself through a tube. Fun fact, the Satisfactory devs use Let's Game It Out's save file to stress test their game. Because he does weird things like have like a giant complicated mess. Like it just looks like a blob. Like he made some kind of giant beehive base where the frame rate like drops to like 7 per second. Alright, we're leaving the islands. Where are we now? I believe we're entering the Rocky Wastes. Things get a little weird in the Rocky Wastes because I wanted to take a little detour. That's so crazy. You love his channel. He and Dangerously Funny actively try to break the game. It's a fun game to break. Like every time I've died in this game, it's because of some like horrible accident. Like I've got a death crate that I can never reclaim over here on the edge of the map because I didn't understand like how far you could go. I've never tried to like go to the edge of the map. I shot myself out of a cannon. Lost all my stuff, but you know, kind of worth it. Here's my friend's secret beach base. I believe that's just a ton of coal power. What is he doing there? I have no idea. It looks so more cleaner and more efficient. Let's take a tour of his base, shall we? You wanted to have like a secret underground lab, so naturally I ran a train right through it. I do my best to try and stay above ground so I'm not too in the way. There he is harvesting purple things. I have no idea what they are or what they're for. I think he's making plastics. Now you may have noticed this is a very long train ride. But it actually didn't take as long to build as you might think. Like the way things just kind of snap together. Like it took, you know, a few hours. Maybe like 5 to 7. But once you realize that clipping doesn't matter too much and you basically just drive through walls, I tried to make the tracks a little cleaner than that. But you'll see parts where I just like drive through a tree. You don't know about other channels that aren't playing Chef RPG? I mean, fair. A lot of people just can't pick their favorite game. What is this? He's got some kind of cluster grenade parked over there. I've never seen that. Maybe he's harvesting nitrogen? He's kind of expanding a little like crazy over here. He always seems to be like one step ahead of me. I mean, like, granted, I've been playing with trains this whole time, so I haven't been paying attention to what he's doing. But yeah, I've got lots of different channels I follow, and like I do look up like random streams to do like research for what I'm going to stream. Like October just started today. Happy October, everybody. And I was trying to think if I should play like a horror game or something. Like, I'm a pretty cozy streamer and I don't really like horror games for the most part. But like, maybe I should do something to celebrate Halloween. It's a fun holiday. I'm a big fan of candy personally. But like, I might be a good candidate to play horror games just because I've never played horror games. Like, there's a bunch of classics that I could play. Until Dawn Remastered's coming out. I've never played Soma. I heard good things about it. I watched somebody play Darkwood, which I'm told is a fun survival crafting horror game. It's got like overwhelmingly positive reviews. You're gonna get your 5K in early so you'll be in lurk mode? Okay, enjoy your run. Your favorite out of the month of the year minus February where your birthday lives? Nice. That makes you a Pisces. Not that that's ever mattered. Yesterday is big retirement day for elder people in my country. Wow. That sounds great. I could use a retirement day myself. I gotta go to work after this. But like, I got kind of a fun week of work ahead of me. My company keeps putting me on like different teams to like help out. I've gone into full mercenary mode, where they're like, this project's not meeting its deadline. We need old man Sugarheart on this. And recently, like I've helped people wrap up like several projects. And this week I've got like a bunch of, you know, pizza parties to celebrate wrapping up a bunch of projects. Like, hey, you just made the company $3 million. Why don't you go ahead and have a slice of pizza on us? Not too expensive, everyone gets one, no beer. Okay. Thanks, boss. Well, on the plus side, I basically don't have to do much work. Aquarius, Feb 4 in early Feb. Ah, okay, cool. For some reason, I thought like everyone... It makes sense now, but like I had this weird thought in my head that everyone born from like January to March was a Pisces. I'm like, wait, that doesn't add up. Hey, we made it to the grass fields. Now I thought about building a giant crate database over here. But I think I'm going to do that in like the dead center of the map. Whee! Like, I don't know if the master crate base is a good idea. But like, it feels right. Like, I build like a box or a set of boxes for every item in the game. There's like 100 of them. And then I just load up everything onto trains. I drive it out there. I've got like programmable sorters that like make sure everything goes to the correct box. So I don't need to care about what I'm hauling. I just take it all and dump it out there. Like, surely that could work. You saw many foreigners after retiring from their job in their country, they moved to Thailand like a rich king or rich sultan. I think about that sometimes. Because I know I'm in like one of the richest countries in the world. And my income is a lot more than than you'd think by listening to me. I'm used to being poor. And I've got a bad habit of spending as much money as I make. And so I'm a lot better off than probably a lot of people. But it never feels like enough. Like, I'm still trying to figure out how my kids are going to go to college at all. Or if I even if college is going to be worthwhile when they're older. I'd like to be able to afford college for them because, like, I went into massive debt because of it. Here's one of my favorite parts. A giant corkscrew. Whee! Oh, I'm already at trains. Is this a new save? It is not a new save. What I've been doing is like playing off stream so that you don't watch me like lay tracks for 2 hours. You just get to like see the rewards of me utilizing all the tracks I've done. I hope you don't get motion sick. But yeah, there are so many fun games out right now that like I can't stream at all. Because every time I stream, I like chop it up into YouTube videos. And so there's a lot of time where I'm like, oh, I've got 15 minutes to play. I'll hop in, lay like 10 kilometers of track and hop off. But if I were to stream that, like I'd lay 2 kilometers of track and then spend the other 8 minutes chopping or editing and uploading the video. A new 1.0 save? So the only thing I've streamed is 1.0. I did paint everything red. And so like in the first, I don't know, 16 episodes or so, 15, everything was colored orange. And then I built a hyper tube cannon for episodes 16 to 20. And then after I built like a big steel factory, I got to the point where I unlocked trains, and basically I've just been building this track ever since. You wonder if college is still needed? Right. I was shocked by how many software developers don't have a college degree. I thought it was required. But when I got to work in like a big company. Like 50% of the people didn't have college degrees. Like a lot of them just had like weird work histories that ended up with them learning how to program. And to be fair, like half the things I do at work are things I never learned in college. Like I know a lot of tricks with algorithms and data structures, it just doesn't come up. Like we spent a long time figuring out like binary search trees and how to navigate them, and you know what? Never once have I had to use one. That's not true. Once or twice in like 20 years. Am I a software engineer? I sure am. Work for a big boring financial company. Oh hey, we've almost gone the full train route. We're back to the desert. It's a little wobbly over here. Slam on the brakes. Back it up, back it up. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed my train. Total ride time 22 minutes and 54 seconds. Total length about 46 kilometers. I mean, I like it. Whee! You hope one day to be rich enough to quit your job and draw manga while listening to me live. Aw. I mean, I hope that for you too. Like, I'm currently living my dream here. Every time my work makes me mad, I try like a get-rich-quick scheme. Or at least, boy, I hate working for somebody else. Making them absolutely rich while they try to convince me that I deserve regional average pay. Meanwhile, regional average pay, absolutely nothing. Whoop. What am I doing? Heading back to my base. Do I want to do that? Yeah. I want to set up the master database. And so recently, weird economic factors had resulted in my work treating me very, very poorly. They're like, the economy's bad, we can't give you cost of living adjustments. Please, let me put fuel in my car. Thank you. And I was like, you know what? Nah, that's not okay. Software engineers always get the blame from middle management. That's why you learn to zone it out and not care about work. Yeah. I mean, they don't pay me double when the economy is good. They really They really killed my work ethic there. Like, you can't just skip 4 years of cost of living adjustments. How do I get out of here? Seems like this way? Somewhere around here. I'll drive in that general area, find a ramp. There we go. So like, my go-to habit used to be to like make like a mobile game or something whenever they treated me poorly. And I'd hope that they would take off. But I'd been working on like the last video game for a long time. Whoop. And then Steam Replay came out. And it dawned on me, well, it was spelled out for me that I spend 40 hours a week playing video games, despite having a full-time job, despite having kids, and despite trying to do a side project at the same time. And so I was like, man, if I can't get myself to focus enough on making games, like, I'm never gonna get out of here. And so I'm like, if I'm just gonna play 40 hours a week, I might as well just turn on a camera and let other people hang out, right? And so that's how my streaming career got started. And I was like, maybe I'll be people will tolerate me enough that they'll hang out with me and we'll have a good time. And maybe I'll make, I don't know, like 50 bucks. And that was my estimate for the first year. I was like, I'm gonna make like 50 bucks. And I think that's enough to keep me going. But just to like put things in perspective, to like show how much I've grown, like this month alone I've made like $80 or $90. Like, it's still not like enough to live on, but like the growth do be growing. Like it's enough that makes me think like, yeah, I could actually probably do this for a living. As long as I keep working on making the stream a better place. And here, let's launch myself up to space so I can get some fresh air and clear my head and communicate properly. I'm thinking over there, the master crater base. Like, the crater lake seems pretty flat, and I feel like this is kind of the center of the map. I could build the master crater base along the cliff here. I don't know, I should probably put it in like an open field, like over here or something. So many places. Or maybe I build it down here on top of the water. Because the good thing about water is at least I know I've got a nice flat surface area to work with. But I can always build foundations and make it flat. Maybe what I do... Sorry, getting closer. I'm seeing there's a lot of trees there I don't want to deal with. There's probably a lot of trees over there, they just haven't spawned in yet. Used to be motivated to produce high quality work, but you found that actually caused stress because scrum managers just get in the way and blame devs. Rocking a hard place? Oh, it depends how you work. Or where you work. My scrum masters have always been really good. Like, I live in one, or I work in like one of those like super happy culture software kind of places, which is really weird in the financial industry, but like the general idea is everyone's happy. We play hacky sack during our mandatory hacky sack breaks. And no one cares as long as you get the work done. But like nobody wants to lose the culture, so you work extra hard. But the thing is, you gotta pay us too. Like I'll take a 20K hit for a good company culture. Like I could work in other places that treat me poorly. That pay more, but ugh. Plus, as much as I complain about the place, it does... My pay has increased a lot over the years. Like when I started there, they were paying me like 40K. And over the years, as like the company grew, like every now and then my salary would do huge increases. They've stopped doing it recently. And I'm trying to convince management like, no, you gotta keep up. You can't just pay like well, anyway, sorry. I shouldn't complain about my wages too much. Granted, like during this time, I bought a house, and I had kids, and I have a wife who has non-marketable degrees. And so I'm basically supporting 4 people on the income. So it feels about the same as it did when I had like 40K to myself. Work hard, no. Work smart, yeah. This is a pretty place. That's a giant radioactive monster. Now, where's a good place to drop 130 storage crates? That area looks a little poisonous. That area looks a little poisonous. High cost of living area? No, actually. I live out in the bayou. It's a swamp out here. Part of the reason I live here is for the low cost of living. Like, what part of my problem is I can't go home. Like my homeland, Montana, is turned into a retirement community. Housing costs have gone way up, way beyond what like work will pay up there. And so like you can only move back to my hometown to retire. It seems to be radioactive over here. It's no good. Who sees me? This seems like an interesting place to build a crater base. What do you think? Why am I reloading constantly? I expected the rifle to do a little more damage than that, but I guess I'll take the rapid fire. Do I eat Cajun food? Occasionally. I mean, I'm a little bit of a foodie. I'll eat anything. I mean, there was, I did have the opportunity to eat ox brains once, and I did kind of chicken out of that. But I think that's the only food I've ever actively turned down. Let me get up high. But most food I've never turned down, and I've eaten a few things without knowing what they were. I ate something in South Korea that gave me nightmares once. I think it was a combination of mushroom and squid. Like, it had that squiddy texture, and then there was like this weird... It kind of felt like the underside of a mushroom, like the spore-releasing bits. And the thing gave me nightmares, because I kept having nightmares about zombie... zombie scorpions, which, you know, aren't a real thing. But that's kind of like what the texture made me think of. And not knowing what it actually was. What are you? Well, that was fun. You ate raw pork once? It was good, but never do it again. Bad idea in general. Don't try this at home, but raw pork's a lot less bad for you than you might think. In most cases, it won't make you sick. Like, it's about the same category as like beef these days. You can eat beef pretty close to raw without much consequence. Like, you could eat rare pork and it would probably be fine. I'm not exactly sure how the food sciences work around it, but like, I wouldn't recommend it. Personally, I think like rare food tastes just awful. Now, like rare chicken, that'll kill you. Pork's just not as bad as many other things. Hey, I wanted to stand up there just slightly. Nope. Hey, fine. But I like pork. The South has taught me how to cook pork well. Or maybe not well. I do kind of obliterate it a little bit. This area is kind of nice and flat. Would this be a good spot for a crater base? Like, it might be smart to put it, like, down low somewhere. so that theoretically people could drive to it. I've never been here. No one's ever been here. And there's my fun corkscrew train. I don't know, with all these trees. Doesn't feel like the best place in the world. The risk of worms and parasites, though, bacteria, no problem. Was eating like eating the sushi version of meat? Yeah, just... I mean, just don't. Like, food tastes so much better cooked. Like, I've never eaten raw food and I was like, I prefer this to cook. Like, even sushi and sashimi and things like that. I'm like, you know, you could have cooked this fish and then put it on the rice, and I think it would taste better. Like, I don't understand. I feel like people are like, no, no, it's better this way, but is it though? Oh. Is that uranium? Is that why I'm dying? Hmm. There's a lot of critters in this jungle. Alright, I think I'm beginning to decide on the location for the Crata base. I think maybe down here in the watery area, or this beach area, we could have it going around the cliffside here. And we can use the cliff kind of to our advantage to like run trains through and stuff. Yeah, how about a nice big water base here? Excuse me. Where'd that come from? Let me eat my nuts. Do I intend to play this save as multiplayer? So I am playing it as multiplayer. Got a couple of friends who've been playing with me. One guy is actually interested. He built like the big base in the cave over here. Got a couple other friends who logged in once and then like never came back. I was hoping after I got the train up and running they'd pop back in. But you know, I can't make them interested in playing. Like, the problem is, like, you only get one hub. I really want a game mode where, like, everybody can have their own hub and their own space elevator and we all just kind of build together. Mosquito is bad. Wow, I took all of those in the face. But like, I thought it'd be kind of fun to have like us all just kind of playing our own game in the same world, and like maybe we could hook it all up together later. Didn't work out quite like that. Alright, here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna cut down a lot of trees. And I think I'm going to claim this island in the name of Sugarheart Industries. Like, I thought about like opening this game up to the community and letting everybody in. The problem with that is, like, in Satisfactory, like, everyone can... It's super easy to grief. Let's see. Concrete pillars. Those sound like a thing. What is the... like, align with everything button? Something like snap with the world grid. Maybe I need a foundation to do that? There we go. Yeah, holding control. We'll just get this in place so I can... organize these pillars. Okay. It'll all work out in the end. What we're going to do is we are going to make a construction hotbar here. We're building our mega fort. Let's see. A top bar. You need some big pillars. Oh, you need some ladders at some point, but let's get the foundations in here. Ignore ramps for now. We'll only have ladders. And conveyor walls are going to come up into play a lot. Okay, let us zoop vertically. Oh, like 5 high seems good. Need to get ladders on here. Ladder. And we will build. Whoop. I had it on vertical mode. Whoop, whoop, whoop. We'll zoop it out that way. Make it a big 20 wide. I guess 22 wide. Like 10 deep. don't actually want to touch the waterfall though. Maybe I could touch it a little. I don't know. I can't expect this all to come together on its own. The thing is, I need trains to like fill up the crates on one side, and we'll have it all sorted to like the various crates that they belong to on the other side. Then I need a train on the other side that like takes the output and delivers it to the the space elevator. And so like I store every single material that I could possibly make in here. And then I can just build like single purpose factories all over the world and have a massive train network. Like I can't draw on my screen, but like I've got like the big train that goes outside the world. You can have like little smaller circles on the inside. And then we'll have little tiny circles that like deliver from like the outer train track to the inner train track. The inner train track to like the innermost train track. And the innermost train track just like constantly dumps things into the master database. And then we've got like one train that just goes back and forth to the space elevator with whatever the important thing of the day is. That's the plan. Yeah, we have hit the mountain. I don't know how I feel about that yet. Pretty fine. Alright. Just being a fun guy. I think there are bugs under me. But can they hurt me? Oh, Mercer Sphere. It's all gonna come together on its own. Oh, you're gonna go play on your 1.0 save? Good seeing you. Good seeing you too. Thanks for stopping by. The engineering in this game is so fun, right? Like, this is probably like the best automation game, in my opinion. Like, I don't think I'll ever play a different one. Like, not in the next 20 years, at least. this island? Blarp. Not quite. I need to start building with blueprints. That's been a thing I've neglected. Now, databases. How do I make this look not terrible? Like industrial storage containers? Or just regular storage containers? I honestly like regular storage containers. Some experts probably gonna tell me how wrong I am for having that opinion, but I do be having that opinion. Do I want to have space in between them so like I can walk through? Is that a thing? Let's not worry about it. Let's build something basic and extensible. Like the idea is scalability here. So I'm going to build like a first floor of crates. Probably gonna need some way to label these things eventually. Let's leave some room on this side in case I need to get out. Conveyor wall too. Like it doesn't have to perfectly match up. I don't mind a little spaghetti. Like 2 seems to be more than enough here. Start of a storage hub? That's kind of the plan. Like I haven't played enough of this game to know like what the meta is. Like I tried to build like a master database when I played ages ago. And it didn't go great. Gate hole wall. Let's just have a door. Oh, that's cool. I've never had a door wall before. We can have a couple of windows here so we can see inside. But like, I feel like a storage hub should be essential, right? Like, as a software engineer, like, I can't imagine not having sufficient storage like this, right? Alright, now, I think it's absolutely gonna bother me. The storage crates are just not high enough. Like, do I have to have a 2-story wall? How tall are these guys? Exactly 5 meters? Like, if I build one of these here. You know what? That apparently works. Here's what we're gonna do. Get rid of the windows and put the 1 meter walls in there. I need you guys on the hot bar. You can be 6. It was bothering me that those windows were a little short anyway. And then we can zoop this all the way across here. What are you clipping? You're not clipping. You're lying. Although it is kind of a problem that I cannot, you know what? We'll get rid of, like, the very edge guys here. I need room to run around in here. We don't need to pack it this tightly. Okay, that's plenty of room. Yeah, you're back on the game since the 1.0 release, and now you're working on oil, power, plastic, rubber, battery factory. About 4 days. Yeah. Like, I'm planning on having a massive train network. Like, so I've got oil making, like, rubber out here. I need it to, like, go by train to, like, somewhere where it meets up with other things. And like constructs that thing, and then I want that to be delivered here. Like, I want tons and tons of distributed factories. Like, the hardest part's gonna be navigating like back and forth. Like, maybe I'll build hypertubes in various places just for the sake of that. I can't see. Doop. Door. Like, I'm really liking how distributed factories have worked with me so far. Like, it's a little bit of a pain. Like, if I need a metric ton of steel, I have to go into the desert. My friend did help me quite a bit by, like, hopping on and rushing, like, dimensional storage. That saved me a ton of stress. I didn't know that was going to be a thing. Alright. Over here, I need... I feel like I'm going to end up with train stations on this side, and I'm not sure how to deal with that. Maybe the train station's up there, and it just kind of lowers things down into the crater base. Let's build the wall and then worry about it later. And as we need inputs, we will create the inputs. Whew. Let's see. Your oil, power, plastic, rubber, battery factory, all with different rooms. Power switch pour room, hidden transport bands, and auto-loading inventory. Dang. You're speaking Greek to me. I still don't know, like, all the things in this game. Let's see. I think... it's a good enough start for now. I need to label this. Warehouse. Master Crata base. And now we just need to worry about getting things here. But I also want... I don't know why I'm deleting ladders. I'm probably going to need those. Alright, architecture. How do I get up here? Catwalks? Walkway? Joke's on me, I can't walk on things I haven't built yet. Or those straight walkways. Actually. Let's see. Left control. There we go. And I would like something to make this not look terrible. Like some concrete pillars. Can I snap? No? Is there no not making walkways look terrible? Here's what I'll do. I make you a foundation of some kind. Oh, beautiful. The hover will make your building so much. Sorry, I've suddenly got a lot of messages here. Let's see. Installed it like 2 days back. Saves you like 10-minute trip to get stuff. Nice. And you fly fast. Let's see. Was it intentional to explore the map to get the shape of the fog of war, like the world, like our world map? You mean like this little circle out here? So I built a train that went around the entire outside of the world. The purpose was like that way, no matter where I build a factory, like I can hook it to like the nearest outside of the wall, and I can have it at least traveling in a circle here. And I'm going to build like little transfer depots that bring things inward and closer. And I intend to have like a smaller train track probably around here. So like we get things from the outside to the inside, and then we get the inside like over to the master Crata base. And so yeah, it was intentional to get all the way out here. Let's see. The hover will make your building so much better. The Hoover. The Hoover? Like a Hoover Dam? So many things I don't understand right now. Oh, first of all, this walkway. Let's see, vertical zoop? There we go. Cleaner. Oh, the hover pack. Yeah. Yeah. I had a jetpack. Do I still have a jetpack? I do. I keep forgetting it. I forget so much in this game because there's so much to keep track of. Like, I feel bad for my viewers who are constantly providing me, like, tips that I just instantly forget, like the right-click building. Or, sorry, middle mouse button, click building. Like, that would make things so much easier, but I forget, like, the instant I start doing stuff. Hello? Yeehaw! I'm like walking backwards through the jungle. Nothing's ever gone bad that way. Ooh. Oh god. I want the bacon. And I'll fight you for it. Where am I? Oh, hey. I'm home. Whew. Let's see. The hover is another item. Is a different item than the jet. The hoover. The jet you can almost get. I'm getting confused now. I'm going to not worry about that at this exact moment. What I want is programmable sorters. Now, where are they? I know they exist, right? Did my friend already unlock them? They might sell things? Nah, there they are. Programmable splitters. I need computers, AI limiters. And what are those? Heavy duty frames? Can I pin this? I have some of the things. That was here. Can you just go ahead and... You mean missing materials? Lies. Can I... Okay, so I need to have all of the things. You just go ahead and drop stuff in this nearby crate. Now I need AI limiters and heavy modular frames. What does it take to make a heavy modular frame? Who knows, but AI limiters can be made here. I just need copper sheets and quick wire. That should be easy enough. Stop it. Let's see. You are going to make quick wire. Is this the easiest way to make quick wire? Got something else making quick wire. How does it make quick wire? Jetpack is what you have now for exploration short jumps. Hoverpack is another item to build while hovering. Okay. Sounds useful. Alright. My factory's basically stopped moving, and that's fine. Since it's a dedicated server, like, I end up with all the stuff I could ever need. Just give me those quick wires. Here, just give me all those. So that's doing fused quick wire. Is there... I feel like there's another way to make quick wire. Is it just a constructor? There's a constructor I can poke. You there. Oh yeah, just regular caterium oil or ore. Nah. I'm confusing myself. I'm running out of time anyway. Okay. I'm gonna get some things started manually. Up here is where I have like my manual building. Whenever I need one thing like really quickly, that's what this top platform's for. I don't know if other people build things that way. I sure do. Let's see, you load into the top, so I can go ahead and take you. What's something that uses reinforced plates? There we go. So you give me that. There we go. Gross. What am I doing with all these plates? There's probably a better way to do this. That is part one big spaghetti with me, right? I mean, spaghetti's fun. Everything, like, should be spaghetti. As a software engineer, I highly recommend starting spaghetti. Because, like, if you start, like, trying to make things perfect, like, you're just gonna add so much time, and you'll end up with something you're gonna have to, like, rebuild later. Get the bacon over here. What am I doing with my life? Okay, so I also need copper sheets, which I have plenty. First, let's go to my reinforced plate factory. And store some stuff. My friend has automated this dumping into the industrial storage. Which is fine, but I still need, like, empty storage bins where I can put a bunch of useless stuff. Use the spoon and pink thingies for double output stuff like power slugs. Yeah, so I've been power slugging it up at some point in my life. Like, I think it was to speed up things going to the space elevator. I power slugged all the, like, the complex thing factories. So, boy, I need to, like, fly up in the air so I can point out all the things. I'll give, like, a final tour before I sign off today, I promise. Okay. Copper sheets. Go in here. I put quick wire in the wrong thing. Oh well. And you are making what exactly? AI limiters. Yeah, see, I've got these cranking out as fast as possible. I need 100 of those. And eventually I'm going to need heavy modular frames, which I can't build here. I guess that must be a manufactorium deal. Get out of here, gross thing. Alright. Let me show you the main factory. I'll give you the tour. Let me put a parachute on before I launch myself too far into space. Alright, so we started in the northern forest. For those who are unfamiliar, which is probably no one. Like, you could also start in the desert over there, the rocky wastes over there, or like the big empty grass fields over there. I started here because I kind of like the central nature of it, and I thought the green would be a little prettier. We started off building various things that did one thing very well. Like, we had an iron node that was just making iron plates, an iron node that was just making iron bars. The limestone node was just making concrete. Things like that. Like, now that I'm a little farther into it, I realize how inefficient I was building. I could have, like, optimized it. Had, like, three smelters going at any one of those and had, like, them all constructing at maximum output. But it hasn't mattered. Like, there's never been a situation where I've like, oh shoot, I need 10,000 iron bars. Like, it hasn't come up. This has all been enough. So I'm glad I didn't over-optimize at the start there. My copper node, I've only got one, and I've got that split into wires, copper sheets, and cables. And that's been fine. I've got my reinforced plate factory. I'm pretty glad I've got that. Like, that, I have used a lot of reinforced plates, but now I've got too many. And then over here is the complicated mess. Like, anything that the space elevators needed, I've been constructing over here. And it's gotten to the point where, like, this is getting pretty big. And so it's no longer as easy as I've needed it. Let's see, over here? Where am I? What is this? What is that? Is that my complicated mess factory? That's the reinforced plate factory. That's the copper factory. That's the complex material factory. Now over here I've got a little tractor depot. I just wanted to see how tractors work, so I built one, and it goes back and forth between my coal plant over here. This is my coal power plant. It's powering most of this stuff, probably all of this section. And I've got a little coal depot over there, which is dragged over here to mix with iron to make steel, so I can have steel inside my base. Now, way out over there, I've got a rubber factory, which is uploading to dimensional storage. And out there, I've got a big steel factory, making steel. Maybe that's it. It's kind of hard to see from here. And then I've got a train station over that way. That goes all the way around the world in the most complicated fashion. The very first 25 minutes of this stream, like, you can see some of the spaghetti monorail over there. And it comes all the way back around. It's a 23-minute train ride. It's about 46 kilometers. Let's see, the green spaghetti fields for you. Is that where you started? Like, green seems like a decent place to start. Oh, and my friend, he's kind of taken over the rocky waste for his factory in, like, mad science. It looked like he was got some, like, nitrogen harvesters or something crazy there. Like, his secret lab's out there. I don't know much of what he's up to, but he's been helping me a lot. Whew. Change the color so you can know the difference from looking at the sky. Yeah, but then my colors are red and white. Red for hearts, white for sugar. Like, how will everyone know that I own everything if it's not color-coded to me specifically? Whew. Sleeper finished her 4K. Nice. I hope you had a good one. It is cool that you're staying in shape. I need to go to the gym a lot more often. I'm trying to do more walks and, like, move around. Because I spend 60 hours a week in a chair, and that can't be good. And there's my beautiful master Kratabase over there. So eventually, there's going to be a train that, like, just goes from there to the space elevator and back. It's a real short one. I doubt I've built 100 AI limiters in the time I've been up here. But maybe I have. So you're going to be streaming the non-cozy games on Silent Sleeper account October 25th. You decide you'll stream January 1st, 2025 for Kaizen. Chose that date to take a bad memory and form a new one. Got the schedule down. Cool. Thank you for helping you mentally get there. You're welcome. I'm glad. It's getting started's always the hardest part. And I do strongly recommend being super consistent. Wow, do I... Oh. Get out of there. Being consistent's really important too. I highly recommend that because when you fall off for just like a little bit, like it feels like starting over again from scratch. Okay. I am doing this completely wrong. Copper should be coming in from the bottom here. Because the quick wire I'm going to have coming from there, I think. Because I've noticed that, like, if I'm sick for like 3 days. Give me those. Keep giving me those. Stop it. Oh, there we go. Whoop. Sloppy, but I did it. Let's see. Based on your description, from your experience, how does this game correlate or is similar to software engineering? So, in my job, 90% of the tasks I have are take something from point A and deliver it to do something to it and deliver it to point B. Right? Like, for example, like a program I'm thinking of writing for me, for my streaming career is something that reaches out to Twitch, downloads the VOD, chops it into bits, and then uploads it to YouTube. And that's very similar to how you do things here. Like, instead of like downloading a VOD from Twitch, you would, like, you know, dig up ore and then you smelt it, you turn it into like iron plates, and then you deliver that for some other purpose, like maybe you mix them with screws to like make other stuff, like reinforced plates. But like most software engineering, like anything you're gonna do in an actual job, is almost always take something from here, do something to it, send it somewhere else. And so there's a lot of things you can take from like software engineering practices and do it here. Like in like solid programming principles, the S stands for single responsibility, where every single thing should do exactly one thing, and that's something I've been kind of adhering to here. Right? Like, so I've got an iron node, tiny iron node factory that does nothing but makes like iron plates. Like, that's its one responsibility. If it was to like siphon those into like this factory over here for making like reinforced plates, like I would be violating that principle, and if I needed iron plates for something else, it would be a huge pain. And this one pipe I've got going to the space elevator follows the Liskov substitution principle, or tries to. Like, it's kind of hard to explain. So I'm going nuts here. It is similar to the fact you try to maximize efficiency on everything, or how you try to tie everything together. It's just mostly logic, like transferring and manipulation of data. In this case, data is whatever's on the conveyor belt. Let's see. Man, you guys are writing paragraphs for me. Let's see. I am very right, but you learned that connecting it to something helps keep you consistent, like working out. You were always here, so you look forward to. Now you don't even think about it, whether I'm here or not, and that's excellent. Nice. I'm glad. Let's see. Based on your Twitch and YouTube VOD program, the task is to deliver the VOD from Twitch to YouTube, and the difference in level experience is how efficiently you do that, like how much power and materials you use. Yeah. Like, my YouTube career is a lot like Satisfactory here. Like, you start very basic. Like, you don't do much. You just log in and stream. Like, that's the very basic thing you can do. And then you try to improve on that, like, every week or every month or so. Like, the next milestone is to also stream on YouTube as well. But, like, to do that, you have to set things up to do it. I personally got, like, a Restream account. Apologies. It's fine. It's fine. I mean, you guys have a lot to say, and that's perfectly acceptable. And like, man, there's so much to say, and unfortunately, I don't have time to say it. So I'm going to say, hold your questions until next stream. I've got to get my kids to school. I have fun today. By the time I play this again, I will have hooked up a train to the master Crata base at the very least. And so I'll start getting rubber in the general area. And then we'll start making progression towards the space elevator and all these things. It's going to be beautiful. I hope to see you all next time. I'm not sure when the next Satisfactory stream is going to be. I'm going to do a bunch of boring stuff offline, and then I'll log in to show you what I've done. Whew. So, thank you so much. I had a great time. What are we playing tomorrow? What day is today? Oh yeah, tomorrow we're going to check out the Metaphor Fantasio demo that's out, which is kind of the new Persona-like game. And I'm excited to see that with you guys. That one was a special viewer request. In fact, the guy who built the other factory here on this server really wanted me to check it out. He's said he thinks I will love it. I think he loves it, and he wants me to love it, and so I will try to love it. And honestly, if it is great, we'll go ahead and play the full game too. Alright, thank you so much. Have a good day, everybody. Stick around. Well, you know what? Don't stick around. Kaizen Sleeper is the only person on Twitch, according to my viewer count here. Yep. Satisfactory's been popular on YouTube, but not on Twitch. See ya, everybody. Badoop. Normally I would raid, but I only raid if I have 3 or more viewers. Otherwise, I feel like I'm just dumping one person somewhere where they don't want to be. You're studying software developer, so you appreciate sharing your opinions and views? Anytime. And I used to tutor computer science, so if you ever have any basic questions on like your homework or stuff, I will happily help. Meow. Meow. My kitty says bye. Alright, bye-bye everybody.